It is the premium level extra. So we were talking about mindset makeover. Now we're going to be talking about the three steps to the mindset makeover. So the very first step is, what is your first thought? When something happens, pay attention to the first thing that comes to mind. If somebody asks you in the morning, how are you doing today? And you think, what's behind that? What do they want? What is this all about? More likely you have a very negative reaction to this person specifically, or to the fact that somebody is maybe nice. So what is it that you have this first negative thought? So whenever you have a bad perception of something, identify it and ask yourself, what is this first thought? So identify that initial thought, or the initial reaction that you have. The second step is ask yourself, where does that come from? So reflect on the origin. So what baggage are you carrying? Really, that's what we're asking here. So more likely, there's lots of events that happened to you, and then you got into prefrontal cortex overload. Your brain didn't know what to do with that, and it sent it into your limbic brain. That is what is stored into your model of reality, creating the way you see the world. So where does that come from? That negative thought that you just received. So you just thought, oh, everybody is there to get me. They can't be honestly asking how I am doing. They have a different agenda behind what they're doing. Or if your first thought is to think that people are phony or whatever it is, ask yourself, okay, where does that come from? When's the first time that something like that happened to me? When did I create this negative pattern? The very first time that it happened, what kind of baggage am I carrying, and from when was it? Because if it was from a long time ago, you want to ask yourself, why are you still carrying this suitcase? Why are you still carrying this baggage? And it's not necessary. So ask yourself, where does that come from? And then the third step is create a positive revised memory. So you just think that, oh, everybody's out to get you, and you realize that, it happened when at school, or you were maybe at university, somebody that was doing a homework with you took all the credit behind your back of the homework that you had done 95% of, and then they were out to get you because they didn't tell you, and then they backstabbed you, or whatever it was. Or maybe it's at work. There was an incident at your previous job where somebody backstabbed you. So where does that come from? And now go to that event and create a positive revised memory of this. So go to this specific event where this coworker backstabbed you and ask yourself, okay, if I want to change that movie so that I change the meaning of it in my limbic brain, what can I say and how can I reframe this memory so that it becomes something that will serve me in the future? It doesn't mean to pretend that it didn't happen. What you can do is go to what you learned and how this event made you stronger. How did it affect the way that you behave now? And maybe you are being more careful. You want to keep the being more careful, but you don't need to put a very negative filter on everybody at work now, because they are not that other person that happened to you in the past. You're just carrying old baggage that you're applying to the new people at work. So make sure that you create a positive revised movie of how you feel that you're so glad that it happened, because now you're so much stronger, and it made you realize that, hey, maybe you need to pay more attention to what people think, or maybe you need to be more careful. Maybe it is that you are always a little bit naive, and you decided on that day that this is the day that you decided to keep your eyes open and be more alert and give the benefit of the doubt to people and still keep your eyes open. So how could that be a positive revised movie? So you can go ahead and download the infographic as well. It's part of the premium level. So you have your little cheat sheet, your mindset makeover, first thought, where does this come from? And what's your positive revised movie? So hopefully this was useful, and I will see you next time for the next premium content or just a regular newsletter. See you soon.